You ever find a $20 bill on the ground? I was driving around by SIGs the other day, somewhere between them and the US military, and I found this box. So I picked it up and I opened it up. Looked like a nice pelican case, and I got a government contract overrun SIG MCX out of the deal. It's pretty sweet. It's got night armament sights on it. It's ready for a SIG suppressor. It's got a foldy stock thingy. It's pretty cool. It's fully ambidextrous. It's loud. It's got an almost non-suppressible barrel. It's got an adjustable gas system. Let's see if it runs after being dropped off a truck. And let's answer the ultimate question. Does it suck? Little pew-pew switch on that side, I like it. These sights, I've checked them out, they're atrocious for anything close. It's like a CQB and it's got this little baby sight on back. The aperture's so small that I'm blind.
I'm blind!
Literally can't see my target with that aperture. You ready? This is loud.
Yep.
Oh my God, get me my earmuffs. It's so stinking loud. Oh. Like it's disorientatingly loud. There. Okay, I won't be able to hear you talk now, but we can do sound off on these axles and help almost not at all. It's comfy up front. I don't like that rail section. I think if that were off though, I'd run a risk of, where's my hand gonna go? Well, it's gonna go right out in front, which I don't like. So it needs a little vertical, like a barricade stop or a hand stop. Even without a suppressor, it's gassy because we're shooting a larger caliber than we have in previous videos. I'm interested to see what that slow-mo footage looks like for fire. Because I don't get a lot. I get almost as much coming out as I do going out. So optics-wise, the sights they send on this government contract overrun, if these are the sights you get for close quarters battles, we are gonna lose wars. Like, I can't see through that rear sight. I'd be better off like just instinctively shooting through. The grip's not bad. It needs a little adjustment just because of how the stock is positioned. I've got to stand at kind of a funky angle for some of these reviews for these things. Oh man. Violently loud. It's not a bad stock though. Like, allegedly you can spread that out and, you know, put your arm in there or whatever we're supposed to do. That rear sight aperture is way too small. I don't know if you can see that from there. So we're supposed to be able to see through this hole. Can you even see that hole? Like, you better have a good lens. So we're supposed to be able to see through that rear peep sight aperture, cradle it in that front sight and still see our target. In low light conditions, I can't see through it at all. Like that target, that bad guy target, I can't see it, so I'm better now. We're close. But that's not a flexible enough sight for what I'm gonna call a battle rifle, even though it's not a rifle and we're not in battle. That sight setup is atrocious. Like, I would be better off with Remington 870 rifled slug sights. And I mean that, and everybody who grew up and shot deer at the same time that I did knows what I mean, because once you're on with those things, you're in good shape. They're not. They're fast. These are not. These are terrible. So night armament, I think that's who makes these. They look like night armament sights. Bad job for what I need it for. For what this gun's built for, not it. Throw a red dot on here, throw some sort of aim point on here, throw a Trichicon on there. You're in good shape. These things, definitely back up. Very much in the idea of you don't want to use them as a primary because they're no good. The ambi controls are good. I do like that we've got an ambidextrous bolt release, which is this little guy right here, little kind of hidden, but it's handy. It doesn't get in the way. I don't want a bad lever where I hit it and I slap the trigger, because those mag pull bad levers, I've seen that happen. I've done it myself. It's not good.
You can shoot it single action.
Trigger control is important, and having a lever down here, because that bad lever sits right there, and you. I missed my target. The front grip needs a barricade stop. It just has to have something. Rear grip's good. Controls are good. I can't. Yeah, you can run that safety without getting off the gun both hands, so that's nice. If you're going to have ambient controls, make sure they work. And they do. So that's all right. Easy to carry, got lots of sling points for a single and 2-point, which is nice. You can run this as a single if you want to. I'm not a single point fan, but it's possible. It's a short enough platform where you could. SIG's got their muzzle brake on here for their silencer. That's the reason we didn't run this with the suppressor today, silencer today, because I don't have one of those just hanging out ready to go. It's got an adjustable gas system for that purpose, which is great. They set it up to run with the can. It's unbelievably loud in this concrete little room. It doesn't cancel the sound at all, even with plugs in. My ears are ringing.
I can't hear! I can't hear!
Pretty good shooting experience outside of the noise. The recoil characteristics aren't terrible. The trigger's acceptable for the style of gun it is. Let's take it to the board. Let's see how it stacks up. There's a super high cool factor with a government overrun gun. What's really cool about it is to know that either the people at SIG or the people at the government don't math good enough to where us lowly civilians can buy one. The shooting experience with this gun is honestly about what I expected. I think with a suppressor on it, it would have been a little bit better, but they do take, because of their muzzle brakes, they do take SIG specific cans that I don't have just willy-nilly to throw on there. It was everything that I expected. Did it do anything special? Not really. Honestly, with the sights that are on there, I should probably knock it a little bit more than a 3, but I'll forgive them for that because it's the government and they do what they want. Is it optic ready? Yeah, and it needs optics too. It absolutely needs them because these sights in close quarters combat, which a 7 3/4 inch barrel is designed for, are atrocious. It is optics ready. No more so than any other AR, but it does have a nice long rail on the front, so we'll give it a 3. Adjustable grip. It has an adjustable grip in the idea that you can replace it. And we do get some M-LOK slots up here to where you can maybe mount an AFG. There's almost enough room. We didn't do it, but I don't know. I think we did the last one at a 3. I think we did the Daniel at a 3 for that.
Yeah, the Daniel has more rail room.
That's true. That's true. I'm going to give it a 2. I'm going to give it a 2 because of that lack of rail room up front. With a barricade stop, you'd be all right, but that gun really, really wants you to have you hit your hand over the end. Extras, not a ton yet. You don't need a ton though, as far as it's an ambient controlled gun, which is great. There are some extras. There's some trigger components that you can do. Throw a sling at this gun, throw an optic at it, or some good sights, because these are criminal. I think you're good to go. So it doesn't need them. There are extras. Not AR amounts of extras, but there are extras. Some of it's kind of proprietary. Carry score. Yeah, this gun's carryable. It does have that nice folding brace, so we didn't check it in the center console of the 250, and I think that should be the gold standard as my truck. Does it fit in the center console? Gives me a reason to maybe try other trucks someday. My wife is gonna kill me if she hears that. I'm not buying a new truck, honey. Carry score is gonna be pretty good though because it is nice and short. It does have a folding brace. It does have lots of options for positioning of a sling. Yeah.
What would you knock it on?
Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing. Like, yeah, I'm gonna give it a high carry score. Does it fill a need? Yes, it does. It fills a need of a regular common cartridge with a regular common mag, a folding stock. This gun checks a ton of boxes for me. There's little things that SIG didn't, I'm gonna say, knock the leather off the ball when they made this particular one for the government. It's probably the government's fault that they ordered it this way. Does it fill a need? For me, in a huge way. I would like to see some subtle differences. I'd like to see that barrel pushed out about 1.5 inches more, maybe. I know that's not a lot, but if you ask a lot of people, 1.5 inches is a big deal if it's extra 1.5 inches.
I've seen them bigger than that.
1.5 inches.
1.5 inches by itself isn't a big deal, but you know, maybe I'm saying something else. I think it fills a need. I think it fills a need where the 9mm, the 10mm, the sub calibers aren't hitting what this gun hits in a package that's that short, and I don't think there's many manufacturers or many gun platforms that hit it as well as this thing does.
What kind of, do you know just off the top of your head, like what kind of velo you get coming out of this versus a 9mm, the same length?
So 9, you're gonna be 1,200-ish feet per second. This one running a 55 grain, you're probably going to be around 2,600-ish, I would.
Still way faster.
25, if 8-inch barrel, you're probably 2,500. Yeah, it's a lot faster. I mean, you're effectively doubling the velocity of a 9mm. Where these things kind of fall down with a 7 3/4-inch barrel is they start to tumble sooner than the rest, so your effective range is a lot less. I'm going to say your effective range on this without a suppressor is probably high 200 yards. We'd have to take it up to the range and see how that bullet stability actually looks, but under 3, over 200 yards. Where 9mm, really, we got to cap that thing for effective range at about 150-ish. Does it suck? No, it doesn't suck. It doesn't suck at all. I have a hard time because I don't have any 4s here. It's like, where do we go here? But man, does it suck? No, I'm actually going to give it a pretty good does it suck, because I can fix the problems that I want to fix with this gun to get me closer to that 5 on all of them. I think I think SIG did a good job of making a platform. I need the barrel that long. That's it. That's all I need is that extra 1.5 inches, and this gun is like rock and roll, party time good. Throw it in your center console. Forget that you own a 16-inch gun. Make it an SBR if you want to. It handled really well without the SBR stuff. Yeah, we'll see how we did. And what was it, 24.75 that we needed? Is that right? 25. It's legible almost. I'm getting better at this. They've been beating me at the nun school or whatever. Hitting my knuckles. So 25, it actually passes the doesn't suck score, and I think it did a really, really good job. Outside of the little things that I'd adjust, this gun kicks a lot of butt. Overall, the SIG MCX overrun gun is a great gun. It just barely passed our it doesn't suck score test. But let's face it, guys, if you are one of those guys who likes the newest, coolest, latest, greatest, doesn't mind having a little bit larger check to cut when you go to the cash register for something like that, and really likes to LARP, do strange things in the dark with your guns, this is the one. This should be really, really high on your list of things to get and things to try and check out. And it's really loud indoors. If you want to feel like SEAL Team 6 and be deaf and probably have anger issues because your wife's been saying "Mwah, mwah, mwah, mwah," from the next room when she's actually right here because you shot this indoors, this is the one. You should definitely come check it out. Subscribe and like our videos, because what? I can't hear a reason why you wouldn't subscribe and like our videos. $25. It's legible almost. I'm getting better at this. They've been beating me at the nun school or whatever.